Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, welcome to my cake kitchen. I'm Gladys. And over here, I make simple baking tutorials to help you navigate cake decorating easily. So, Tapeta, good morning, darling. How are you? Great to have you today, where I'm streaming from my UK-based home kitchen. And what are we doing today? I don't know. Okay. Hi, Delaney. Hello, Tapeta. If you've been waiting on me, I sincerely apologize. It takes a little bit of time to look like this, you know. I have to look like this. I have to put my best face forward to go to work. So, hello, everyone. Lollipop, my darling. How are you? The weather is great in the UK, isn't it? I know. Let's make tea and catch up. Let me grab my seat and sit down, okay? Because, people, come and tell me your stories. You know what? It's my name on the platform, okay? On the thingy. But it's your show, okay? So come tell me your stories. Anything is going, because when I'm baking I get super serious, and I realize that in recent times I haven't been able to interact much. So today I was like, the weather is great. It's not the best for baking, to be honest. It's warm. If you didn't know, our UK houses are not built intrinsically with AC, okay? So my day has been, it's been productive, a little bit slow, if you like, because I woke up a little bit worn out. It's one of them days where everything is an effort, but I was doing editing and back-end work and admin stuff. So I think from about 9:30 till now, right when I got on camera, I have been busy doing stuff, but it's a slow day mentally, because it's one of them. Can we talk about life a little bit, okay? All these internet people that tell you to go. Look, can I make a confession? I don't feel like this all the time. Even right before I showed up on camera, I'm like, can we go to sleep? I'm not complaining. I'm just giving you the reality of sometimes chasing your dreams and feeling like, you know what? It's not like you want to give up, but you're human. Your body is tired. Mentally, life happens. And sometimes you just feel like, well, I don't have a boss to sack me, really. My bosses are you all people out there, okay? You people out there are my bosses. Because if I don't show up here, a good fair of you who are so good and so loving will leave a message checking on me. But there's only so much time you can do that. So if I don't show up today and then 2 weeks in, you're like, how are you, Glad? We don't know where you are. Did you fall off the surface? And then 1 month in, I don't show up. You all will move on, okay? And I'm not even mad about you guys moving on. I am not. Actually, I want you here. I literally want you here, okay? Okay, we're not moving on anywhere. I say that to say, if I am not consistent delivering you value, giving you the thing that you are here for, whether it's the cake related subjects that we make it so beginner friendly and achievable, or a bit of personality with a sprinkle of fun over that, or just trying to stay engaged with you, I won't have a platform. I won't. And that little bit of change, okay? And I say it's change because never despise small beginnings, because even though it is small, the Lord desires that the work starts. Say it with me. What Bible quotation is that? Do not despise small beginnings. Are we back? We're back, people. So if you're just joining us on replay, hello there. We're not doing any serious baking today because, look, if you didn't know, I've been baking. Even when the camera is off, I bake, okay? These are the muffins I made. You'll be seeing these muffin videos over the weekend. It's a long form video that has been filmed. And did I tell you, I filmed the video, and then after filming the entire thing, I realized my microphone wasn't on. When I'm on a live, I don't have a mic, okay? But when I'm filming long form, I have a lapel mic. And I also have a secondary mic, but the secondary mic has like a whizzing in it. It's like when you listen to it, it's like there's a whizzing sound in it that can be very distracting if you were listening. So I have a lapel mic, except when I was filming the video, I do everything myself, people. I do everything myself. So after setting up the camera and everything and then wanting to give you a show, okay, I forgot to turn the lapel mic on. So can you imagine? I was here talking to the camera. Hello, welcome to my kitchen. Today we're making some yummy muffins. Whatever I was saying on there was literally going. Finished the video, finished filming. I think it was a 20-minute set, right? Picked the stuff, put it in, and then I'm stood there going, where is the blue light? And that was it. That was the moment, people. But you know what? We keep it real over here. So some of that reaction, I actually didn't edit it out. You will see it in the video when it's uploaded over the weekend on Sunday. If you're just joining us and you're wondering what we do here, I am Gladys. Have I told you lately, I love cake. I love so much cake. I talk cake. I live cakes. The people in my house and my loved ones know, if you split me into two, you'll find cake sitting in my brain. Okay? I love cake, right? Okay? And then we come here and we have so much fun about cakes. So yes, on the weekend you will have a voiceover. I love the voiceovers because the voiceovers are kind of straight to the point, no personality. Your choice. You know, some days we get to the serious art of baking and decorating, and some days we have a bit of fun. So if you want the fun, we're here for you. We're here. This is all fun for you, right? So yeah, you will get to see that tangent was all about, hey, Hans, hey there, right? So you will see, there we are. These are over the weekend. And then there was these muffins we made yesterday, okay? I'm going to put them to the freezer and they'll be frozen and then my son will enjoy them. So to all of you who are here, thank you for spending time with me. But then again, what were we on about? Okay, what were you on about? I said we went to, look, I still prepared for a very serious bake because here are my ingredients. I have my ingredients and everything set up, but we're not doing serious baking because it's warm and I don't fancy turning the oven on, but we will still have fun nonetheless, just so that I can catch up with you. So for all of you new people who are just joining me today, hello there. My moderators do a great job by keeping you all engaged, so show them some love. Tapeta, I hope your headache has settled better and you had a good night's sleep. Delaney, are you off to school soon, my darling? How are you? There's Umi, is it Umi Dioff? Hi there. Umi, where are you joining us from? You seem like a new friend of ours. Hans, welcome to the chat. Yes, the cupcake, I said the cupcake. The muffins tasted so good. They're amazing. But I almost feel a little bit iffy when I have to tell. If I'm not eating it right on camera and telling you how amazing it is, it's like blowing smoke up my own backside when I tell it, oh, they're amazing. Of course I'm going to tell you they're amazing, aren't they? But the intention here is for you to try it yourself and come and tell us about it. I mean, when I was here eating the cream, okay, if you are cynical like I am sometimes, okay, if you're cynical like I am sometimes, when I'm eating the cream and I'm like, oh, that is amazing, you'd be rolling your eyes going, oh God, can she get over it? And then Lollipop went and tried it, and Lollipop will tell you how amazing the cream is, you see. So we do great stuff here. We try. So anyway, what's going on in the cake world? What is it? What did I miss? Well, apparently, this is in cake news, okay? Apparently, some customers fancy getting their wedding cake. Follow me on this one. Cake news, hello. Some customers fancy getting their wedding cake from M&S. And if you don't know M&S, M&S is a staple shop branded here in the UK. Do we have M&S in the US? It's like a dumb question, but I don't know. Anyway, M&S has an offer for cakes, right? And you hear all these shop style cakes that actually get like cake makers, custom cake makers up in the Yeah, I think the relationship between custom cake makers and shop, like not custom shop or niche shop bought cakes, we're talking your what do you call them, your supermarket. Okay, that's the name I was looking for. Oh, never heard of. So let's say M&S is over here. It's Marks and, is it Mark and Spencer or Marks and Spencer? Okay, something like that. M&S has a cake offer, okay, where they have a two-tiered cake. It's a naked cake, and you can buy it for £99. £99, and you can get it decorated for your wedding. Now, here's a question for you if you're in the chat. Will you buy a supermarket cake for your wedding, and why? Okay, if you will buy it, put a yes, you will. And if you wouldn't, put a no and tell us why. Okay, the M&S chat is going on. They said there isn't a single perfect US equivalent of Marks and Spencer M&S because it's a multifaceted retailer. M&S is food, clothing, and offers a spread across different stores. Okay, yes, there's M&S food. Yeah, there's the M&S clothing, and yep. But will that not be Walmart also? Because I think the idea, I might probably be talking absolute nonsense here, so don't come at me 5 years later when I'm a huge creator. Okay, I'm just kidding. Oh no, I'm actually not kidding. We would love to grow. So if you're still here, do like the video, support us. We would appreciate to have you, right? So let's talk M&S. I think the perception that we have here about M&S is because M&S is a little bit like it's not, you're not, if I say upmarket, it's not the equivalent of that sort of village shop in the US where honey costs like £150 sort of thing. There's a name for it. There's a fancy name for that kind of shop where they do gourmet stuff. No, the point is M&S is sort of not your Lidl and Aldi, and this is us getting into the class discussion, but M&S would probably be in the same category as your Waitrose. Okay, so agree or disagree. There are shops that are suited to a certain income level, and the perception, I'm not saying that is completely true. I don't shop in M&S because the shop is far away from me, and I have no need to drive like a distance off to go to M&S. In fact, the closest M&S from me is about 35 to 40 minutes drive somewhere to another town. Is it? No, actually tell a lie. The smallest M&S is about 20 minutes drive away from me. I say that to say M&S perceptively is sort of middle class-ish branded retailer, if you like. So they are known for certain items in the shop that are sort of affordable but are niche to them. So for instance, it's perceived that the foods that M&S do are really, even though they are supermarket labeled food, you can get organic and a few selection that are actually really good. I haven't tried it, but I'm painting the picture to say M&S is not your regular sort of Lidl and Aldi. By the way, I shop in Lidl and Aldi, and I think sometimes it's the branding and the perception that the customer has of the value that these shops provide, because I don't understand. First of all, Lidl and Aldi is fairly accessible, and I'm getting the same groceries from the same place. Now, if I went to my local Morrison's, broccoli will set me back about £2, 5 pence, whereas I can pick up the same thing for nearly half the price, or at least £1 less. I'm counting my pennies, okay? I'm not a cheapskate, but I'm counting my pennies. So that's a long tangent to say M&S is like your sort of perceptively middle class, I can't speak, middle class type establishment, retailer, if you like, and they're offering a two-tier cake for cake makers, for customers. I say cake makers. But the point of the M&S is like, if you think about M&S, where you can go and pick up a cake, where they also have a reputation for their food that is known to be good and wholesome and all of that. Not exactly gourmet, but you get the point I'm painting. It's not like your run-of-the-mill sort of rubbish food that you're going to pick up. But then again, it's still packaged food. So I have questions. Besides the point, if M&S is offering you a two-tier cake, you perceive that you will probably get a bit more value out of it. And most of the time, the conversation about shop bought, as in retail, large conglomerate retailers offering specific items in a perceived way where we're like, oh, this is like competition and you're taking away from niche cake makers and custom cake makers. I guess that conversation is kind of like, it's neither here nor there. The customer who will get M&S cake is not the customer for you if you are like a super niche style. In fact, if you're a home baker, your competition is not M&S or any of, I don't care how well established and what upmarket Harrods style baker it is. Okay, they are just not your competition. But then again, throwing Harrods in it is coming to look for trouble. Okay, let's just leave Harrods over there because my money cannot buy Harrods stuff. Okay, Cookie is back. Cookie, hiya. Cookie, great to have you back. Have you been baking? Anyway, so I say that to say, I know Lollipop says yes, she will buy an M&S cake for her wedding. Who else will pay £99 for their wedding cake? If you will, put a yes in the chat. And if you will not, put a no in the chat. And above all, tell us why. For those of you who don't have M&S, okay, but you have other shops in your local places, would you buy a budget short board cake for your wedding? And why? Okay, we are open, we don't judge. Will I encourage a customer, even though I'm a cake maker? Here's a controversial opinion. Will I encourage a Lintros? Hiya. Great to have you back. Right. Even though I'm a cake maker, will I encourage a customer to buy a short board cake? Of course. Why wouldn't I? Am I sending away business? No. Because that precedes the intention that they are definitely not my customer. But you know what? I will encourage you to go and buy M&S, especially because it's not a fight to keep you if you cannot afford me. And I'm not snobbishly saying go to M&S because you can't afford me. There is room for all businesses to exist. There is. Okay? You just focus on being exceptionally good at what you do, and there will always be a customer out there for you. Will they come trooping in all the time? No. Perhaps, and the reason is not out of a lack of value. The reason may be more economical and material, that people, look, we are in a cost of living crisis. People cannot afford stuff, okay? People just can't. So you can readapt your business module and provide something that the customer might find accessible and affordable for them, and you have a business. And if you decide to go up market and niche down and specialize in a specific kind of cake that is so mind-blowing and off the charts and amazing, well, those who have a few more zeros to their account might just afford you. And I'm not mad about it. Let's see. Tapitha said, okay, so Lollipop said she would rather make it herself. We're talking, would you buy an M&S cake? Lollipop is saying she'd rather make it herself. But if she's doing other wedding stuff, I think and doesn't want the stuff stress. Okay, so Lollipop says definitely she would, and her reason being, her first point of call will be to make her own cake because Lollipop bakes anyway. So if she could make time, she would bake her own cake. But if she couldn't bake her own cake because she is overwhelmed or probably invested in other wedding planning activities, leaving her no time to make her own cake, and to avoid the stress, she might just go and buy an M&S cake. And that is also because not only will it save her the stress, save time, and do all of these things for her, the other aspect of it is that her wedding is likely to be very intimate and small, so no need splurging, and an M&S cake will probably be perfect for her. I think that's actually a fairly reasonable thing, right? Tabitha says she would definitely buy an M&S cake, right? Her mom bought a $20 cake for, her wedding. Okay. So this is Tabitha. Yes, I would. My mom bought a $20 cake for my wedding. It was good. It was good. Hubby and I didn't need a big and fancy cake. We also couldn't afford and didn't want to drop the thousands. We didn't want to drop thousands on one day out of our lives. Okay. See, that also ties into what Lollipop was saying. Tabitha had a very small function. She didn't want to splurge. First of all, for the fact that it's just one day. And what did she do? She decided that she couldn't afford the cake, first of all. But then again, even if she could, she didn't feel like she was going to drop pounds like that on a day. And I think it made sense that her mom bought her a $20 cake. The marriage is still going. Tabitha clearly is happy. She's here keeping us engaged. So good on you and congratulations on that note. So you see, I think if we leave room in our world where we can all tolerate diverse opinions about the things that we all are passionate about, I think that would probably encourage a level of peace and cohabitation amongst each other. Because I wonder what you think when you land on this channel and we're talking about, actually, you can go buy yourself a shortbread cake. Is that a weird thing? Let's see what you have to say in there. Let's say, what is $20 in pound sterling? I couldn't tell you, but I estimate it's about 23 to 25 pounds. Is it? No. It should be less, isn't it? No, I am actually converting. So it is likely to be anything between 15 to 18 pounds, is it? My math is not good. Can someone put in the chat the exact conversion rate for $20? Just so that we in the UK will know what the pounds equivalent is. Oh, Tabitha is adding, she had like 8 people. I guess the 8 people was you, your husband, your mom, the priest. Who are the other 4? Is it your daughter? So there's 5. Who are the 2 witnesses? Your brother. Wow, 8 people. Was that at the registry office? Talk us through what the wedding was like. I'm just curious, okay? I like an intimate ceremony. I do. The idea of just having people you know who care about you is a good thing. Love. 8 people. Wow. Okay. So Lollipop says she's seen people spend 50k on a wedding day only to break up later. Lollipop, don't be such a downer. Okay? I mean, if the zeros are zeroing and you're so in love, why not? Why? You know what they say? When rich people are telling you money cannot make you happy. And then the broke people over there are going, well, let me get rich and find out for myself. Okay? So for those of us who can afford 50k on a wedding, we will pretend. I'm kidding, by the way. Not everyone wants to splurge on a wedding. If I could afford it, would I spend 50k on a wedding? I don't know. I don't know. And I'll tell you why. Because it's not so much splurging or not splurging. It's what I want. Would that cost 50k? What I want is an intimate ceremony with the people who are genuinely close to me, that care about me and what that matters. I might be out here shouting to a camera or a screen, but as a person, I get anxious about random people in my space. I get really, and No, I don't know. What, like, yeah, no. Let's move on, okay? Okay, so the dollar conversion rate. Did we find out what the dollar conversion rate? Cheap and cheerful. Lintroff. Right. I am just looking at your responses to the conversation here. Okay, so it turns out the conversion of $20 in pound sterling is about 15 pounds. 15 pounds to a penny. 15 pounds and a penny. British pounds. Okay. So wow. Thank you. Okay, Tapita's wedding, the details that we were asking for. Her daughter couldn't attend. Her dad was late. And I at the time, oh, the drama. Okay, let's spill some tea on Tapita's wedding details, okay, shall we? Because you know what? We make cakes over here, okay? Cakes are almost always associated with happy event, but there are stories behind the cake and the... So Tapita, thanks for sharing your story. We're gonna pick it apart. So Tapita spent $20 on her wedding cake, right? She had 8 people. Her daughter couldn't attend because she was having a fight with her ex for custody. Tapita, this story sounds so delish. Weren't you stressed? Let's see. Okay, we had wanted her there, but the family service said we... Oh, okay. Look, I guess, how do you feel about, now that you are recounting the story many years later, how do you feel about that day? The day of your wedding, and you're caught up in custody issues with your ex, who probably wants to put a needle in your balloon for the wedding to go so they can sit there and drink wine and be like, you see? You see? Oh, God. Texas. Oh, Texas to is it Texas? Is it Taurus? Thank you, Texas. I make cakes, okay? So perhaps my job requires that I am nice, because otherwise no one will be buying cake. No, I'm kidding. Thank you though. I appreciate the compliment. And Viv, hello. Okay, Tapita wants to correct the story. She wasn't fighting with her ex. Okay. Oh, okay. I made up a whole story. Okay, they were fighting for she wasn't fighting an ex, she was fighting child custody people. Okay, them people were trying to make it harder for you. Sorry, my darling. Okay, so she wasn't fighting her ex, she was fighting for child the equivalent. Is it, what would that be? Who are the child custody people? Would that be the equivalent of social services over here? I sound so dumb for asking the question, but hey. Okay, Tapita says, when I asked how does she feel about the day, she says she loves and hates her wedding at the same time. Oh, okay. So yes, she was fighting with the UK equivalent of the social services in the US. Will that be your CPS? Is it Child Protection Services? Yeah. That would be social services, and the US equivalent will be Child Protection Services. Okay, so that must have been such a difficult experience then, Tapita. But you know what? You're a family now, so that's something to celebrate and be happy about. I mean, doesn't matter you got a 20 $20 wedding cake. In the end, love, if you know who you are marrying and you feel settled with it, and the choices you made are things that you are happy to have made, I mean, yeah, we are here now, isn't it? So congratulations to you both. Okay, so Tabitha is still providing clarity on why she loves and hates her wedding at the same time. She says she loves her wedding because she married her best friend. She hates it because technically her child was her stepchild and she wanted the child to be there and to be a part. But the Child Protective Services forced them to get married just because. Oh, okay, just so we could have our baby. Oh, okay. You know what? You have the child now, don't you? So we thank the Lord. Okay? All things work together for good. Continue that sentence for me. You know what? Lollipop, what's your story? Anyway, right. So in cake news, we're talking about what? M&S offering 99 pound cake, and people be feeling free to buy it, and we're talking about why that option is available and why you could do a few things with it. I mean, the cake comes is it semi-naked? Is it the M&S cake is semi-naked, so you can get it touched up a little bit. If you have a home baker who has a keen eye for decoration, they can set the cake up for you. Okay, decorate it nicely. And if that's not the case, I don't know if you can get it and give it to a professional, because most professional makers won't touch that, you see. But yeah, if your circumstances will suit it, then yes, why not? Okay. Lollipop and Tapet are having a group hug in the chat over their disdain for child protection services. Oh God, I am so sorry, you two, that you may have had terrible experiences with those people. Okay, I mean, yeah, you cry. See, it always works out. You cry. Let's fix this life. You cry and then you eat cake, isn't it? Okay, right. So, in other cake news, have you been on our neighboring platform over there? Okay, there is a little bit of drama happening. I try. Okay, let's get to it. There's a fight over some recipes. Have you heard it? If you're in the chat and you've heard about the fight over the sort of disagreements and accusations being thrown left, right, and center over a very popular and acclaimed baker on this platform. She's actually popular everywhere, I should add. So so you may, if you are in the baking circles, you know what, we are spilling the tea nonetheless, Tapeta. When I get a seat, it's hard to get up. Okay, I mean, the seat is here, isn't it? Let's make sure that we are not the wire. Tapeta loves me so much, she wants me to be comfortable, so she's like, get a seat, make yourself a cup of tea. Okay, I've got a seat here. Let's see how far we can go, if we can make a cup of tea. Can you see me? Can you see me? I see you. You see me. Okay. Oh, Lil Truff has got to go. Lil Truffs. I keep calling you Lil Truffs. Lil Truffs, have a good day, darling. Come back and catch up with us when you can. Okay, we'll be here when you come back. Okay, so let's talk about it, people. If you've been in baking circles, there is a popular baker on the platform. She's Brookie. She's an Australian baker, very successful on the platform. She looks amazing. She seems so sweet and cute. Cake people are so nice. Is that me? Like, you never know how people are like when you see them on screen. But if you are engaged in such people-facing business, you can only fake it so much. So she gives the impression of just being sweet, lovely, ambitious, because the success she has gained hasn't just happened on the back of just happening. It takes a lot of hard work, and I'd like to give her credit. Whatever she's done, whatever support, it's still her name, and she shows up on camera, and she does Days in My Life, and she's successful. Okay, I don't like to kind of take down somebody's success. Except, yeah, she publishes a book. The book is super successful. And now a very well-known and acclaimed baker and recipe developer comes out and says, oh, this baker plagiarized their recipe. And guess what the recipe is? It's some simple thing that has... it's a standard recipe. And it's like, for me, the question simply is, if this book, first of all, the book's author, who is this successful Brookie lady, has come out to deny that she plagiarized the information, and she gave some back end sort of information to support that. Is that information substantial? Perhaps not. But should she have to defend that? I don't know. What do you think? People put up recipes. People put up recipes online all the time. And if you put them, like, I've put up my cake recipes online. So it's public information. So I don't know. What do you think? Here's, if I put my critical thinking hat on, this is what I think. And it's more nuanced. It's that the baker who might, it's not, let me just say also, it's not established that this Brookie lady actually plagiarized this lady's recipe. Except apparently on comparison, there are two recipes, baklava and something, and those two recipes look exactly the same. Except the difference is that the person making the claim that the recipe has been plagiarized is a very popular name and very acclaimed person, very successful too. I don't know much about their world. The only reason we know about Brookie is because she's on the platform, she's everywhere, she's successful, and she's like a person that maybe some of us from recent times in baking have come to know. But I say that to say, if you put a recipe online and it's accessible public knowledge, and then someone as successful as Brookie even took that recipe, it would just make sense to give credit. I guess in publishing, if you gave the credit, then the author of the original recipe would come after you for some sort of remittance because you were acknowledging the use of their artistic material. Okay, because recipe, let's not go to sleep on what it takes to develop a recipe. It's actually a skill. So if true, I guess this woman, I think it's Nagy or something, who says Brookie plagiarized her recipe, she has reason to if she feels strongly about it and this is set in fact. Okay, because recipes look the same all the time. You can pick a base recipe and change stuff around and it will become yours, but it will look closer. So yeah, what do you think? I'm throwing this back to you. Would you think a baker has done wrong? I mean, when I have come here and baked with other people's recipe, I'll give them credit, and that's because it's a platform. The information is available. Give credit where it is due. But I guess in publishing, it's likely to be a very different issue. And I'm not trying to dismiss the one who made the claim. And I'm also not trying to validate the one who must have perhaps taken somebody else's recipe. The point is, each one of them has a valid reason. And it's like where there is like a gray area here and we're missing the point, isn't it? Let's see. Okay. Tapita said she never thought about plagiarism in recipe. You never did. Oh, it's like, I guess when I think about it, it's almost like when people say, comedians say other people have plagiarized their jokes. And then people go on to say, oh, a joke is a joke. What are you? Look, it takes time and effort to sit and think about a concept, to develop it, put your own words to it, and then make it funny. Okay? So no, it takes work. And just because you do not appreciate the amount of work that has gone in the joke doesn't mean that, you know, you should just allow other people to just dump on another person's artistic material. And I guess the same principle may just apply to recipes. I just don't know about this one. It is messy though. It's like if Brookie, I mean, for this Nagi woman, her recipes are everywhere. She's actually apparently very successful. I don't know anything about her. I'm just going off the information that is available, that she's super successful and a well-known house name somewhere in Australia, I believe. So if this information is out there, if her book hadn't turned out, if Brookie's book hadn't turned out so successful, would she feel that she has a case to make here? But I guess by saying that, look at me processing in real time. I guess the whole point of her raising the argument about the allegation about her item being plagiarized is because her work that she believes was done has now been taken and somebody's earning money from it. So it's obviously why she would, because if no one is making money from it, why would she bother? She's put it out there for you to utilize in your own way, but then you decided to go and make money from it and credit it to yourself, I guess. But that is not to say Brookie took her recipe. We don't know that because Brookie came out with a message or some sort of message and a photo of the recipe, something. Let's see. Lollipop says, I think you can only do it if you've created the recipe yourself, but isn't the nature of recipes to share? Yes, I guess it, I don't know. I guess the rules in publishing are very different because then if you use somebody else's work, you may be liable to a suit. So advisably, it better be your own recipe. But sharing recipes, there are people who won't share their recipes, you know. They will sell it to you. So I don't know. Okay, Tapeta is saying the plagiarizer changed the amount of ingredients. That's technically changing and made it their own. So no, apparently they didn't. If you change it, then yes, you have added your own element to it. But I think in this case, it would appear as though the person who plagiarized it used exactly the same information. Okay, Tapeta has a question. Okay. Oh, wow. People coming in with their information. Lollipop is saying, apparently, under copyright rules, there has to be at least 30% or different from the original. Wow. That's a small detail. I've learned something today. Thank you for sharing that, Lollipop. Tapita says, okay, she has a question. I make oatmeal raisin cookies. My hubby loves it and says it could be sold in a bakery. I took the recipe from a book, but changed a couple of things. Did I plagiarize or not really? You know what? Now, having this conversation is just for fun and games, okay? And just engaging with you. I don't really like to talk about things I don't know. So, you know what? I don't know. I really do not know. And it's okay to say, I don't know. But as Lollipop has noted, as long as the recipe is 30% different, I don't know if it's very straightforward as we would see here, or there's more nuance to the 30% rule. I don't know. Okay, so you tripled the raisins and added extra vanilla and a little extra sugar. My darling, I really don't know. But it'd be interesting to have known. Yeah. I mean, if you plagiarize someone's work, in this day and age, right? It's like you can't get away with stuff like that, you know, because the internet will come for you. You want to go and ask Blake and Ryan. I know, Tabitha, being on here, look, I remember thinking, oh, what am I doing today? And I literally brought all the ingredients, and all the ingredients are here, and yet I'm sat here feeling like, okay, actually, let's see if I have milk. Oh, we can make a cup of tea. We can make a cup of tea. Do I have a cup? Right. The kitchen is so small that I can sit on a chair and turn around anywhere. So I have my cup with the broken handle. Lollipop, you're taking down the birthday celebration decorations, is it? Right, the kettle is boiling. We are making a cup of tea. So at least we know now that you would definitely buy an M&S cake, okay? And we also know that some of you will feel bad plagiarizing. Lollipop, we should see some of the decorations you put up though, darling. If you're just joining us on replay, hey there. Today we're doing cake news talking, funny things about cake, engaging and catching up, okay? We're not doing much today. We'll be back next week for some more serious baking and decorating. We made some muffins yesterday. The day before, what did we do? We talked about all things sugar. We're here Tuesday through Thursdays talking all things cake. So do join us because look, Lollipop, you need a hug, sis, okay? You are embarrassed by your home. Why is that? Let's talk through it, okay? Lollipop, why? Because we are not just going to accept you being down on yourself because you feel that you're. Imagine if I said, okay, Lollipop, here's a question for you. If I said I was going to come to your house, okay, not that it's impossible. Many good things can happen on the horizon. So if I said to you, I had a surprise for you and I was coming to your house, would you not have me then? Let's see. So your house is got to be like 30 years, so you're embarrassed by it. Are you kidding me, honey? Right, let's see what lovely Tapeta has to say. You would apologize. Now throw that apology away, because you have too much, you perceive me bigger than I should be, okay? It's your home, it's your haven, and if you have me, it's like, glad, you're welcome, thank you, goodbye. That's all, okay? There's no need to apologize and go, oh, I'm sorry. What are you sorry for? For having a home? Please. Right, let's see what Tapita says. Tapita needs to buy plenty of what? Powdered sugar, so she can practice frosting skills. I generally don't struggle, but the bunny cake frosting sent me over the edge. Yeah, there's always something that you can improve on, and if yours is frosting, why not? Tapita lives in a house that was built in 1900. It's 125 years old. Can you imagine the stories that house would tell? Please don't scare me, okay? Don't let me go to bed wondering who is under this house. Who? Tapita, Lollipop, you've got competition, okay? Me and my cup of tea. We've made a cup of tea, but it's hot. Ooh, it's hot. Tapita, having to hold my cup without a handle is the funniest thing ever. Okay, so yep, Lollipop, your house is is it 3 generations a baby behind Tapita. So please don't be embarrassed, okay? Can you imagine if I said I was embarrassed by my cup? And I was embarrassed by the chaos that I bring to this kitchen. Come on, darling. Lollipops was built in the 1920s. Let's drink tea. Now look at me sitting here looking at you and wondering. Whew. I like me a nice cup of tea, okay? I like me a really lovely cup of tea. Oh, Litroff, just out of curiosity, where are you joining us from? Right, Tapita is asking a question. Do you have any tips for using gel colors? My mom is getting some for me. My mom is getting me some for my birthday, but I've never used them. I used the liquid with the bunny frosting, and I think that's why it came out running. What brand of, okay, I was going to ask what brand of gel coloring you were going to get. But it doesn't matter because you're not in the UK. I could have only advised you specifically on the UK based gel colors. That said, gel colors are always going to be better than liquid colors anyway, because the colors are more concentrated. They mix well into buttercream because it's oil and oil, okay? So they mix well, and the colors are more vibrant because they are concentrated. So I would say if mom wants to get you gel colors for your birthday, just go to caking forums. If you are in the UK, I would recommend Pro Gel and Color Mill. I'm more a Pro Gel user than Color Mill. Color Mill it's good. I like Color Mill for their pastel colors. Okay, Color Mill, that's a UK based brand. I don't know if it's in the US, but Color Mill is a very popular brand name that also specializes in gel and oil based food coloring. Okay, so they are, because I've used a couple of their products, I will recommend them. But I just find them, because of the way they are made and the use, the bottle almost, much of the product is sucked back in the bottle, if you like. Whereas with Pro Gel, you can squeeze and cut the container and get. I like to use all my colors, okay? So yes, if you want to get gel colors, go ahead. They will always work better than liquid colors, because liquid colors tend to affect consistency of your buttercream, thins out the buttercream, and doesn't help match in terms of the color concentration. So gel colors over liquid color. But I could not advise you on a specific brand. When I started baking and decorating, Wilton in their little tabs was super useful. But yeah, I am a Pro Gel user. So if you can have the Pro Gel, then that would be useful for you. But if you can't, Wilton is fine. Littrops. Is it little troughs? Little troughs. Yeah, the liquid is not as concentrated anyway. You have to use a lot to get a concentrated color, and it's not even vibrant. And then it messes with your buttercream as well. So yeah, but your bunny is really, really cute. We were talking about how you ate the bunny, girl. And you even up the ante talking about how you are sorted for Halloween. That's very cruel. No, I'm kidding. Well, little troughs. No, it's the bunny is a little rat. Is it a rabbit? Yeah, like Peter Rabbit. Do you want Peter Rabbit? Is the bunny a rabbit or a dog? Okay, right. For a moment, I thought, what am I on about? Am I talking nonsense? And little trough, okay, little trough. You have a dog, and it's a what? A Pomeranian. That's a cute dog, isn't the cute fluffy dog? Is that what a Pomeranian is? Is that the cute fluffy dog, like The Secret Life of Pets? There was a Pomeranian in there. Okay, is that in The Secret Life of Pets? Is that the white fluffy dog? What was that dog's name in it? The cute dog. What was its name in The Secret Life of Pets? Look at me. Look, I'm old now, okay? I'm old. I've forgotten the dog's name. I'm trying to remember and I can't recall it. But yeah. Okay. Secret Life of Pets. I love that dog. But I tell you who I loved in that movie more. The bunny. Talking about bunnies and dogs. Yeah, the bunny. Kevin Hart's character. Yeah. When he fell in the water and he came out, he's like, I'm wet. Okay, The Secret Life of Pets. Let's see. Stop it. Oh, Snowball. Thank you. Snowball is the bunny, right? Kevin Hart's character. Who wanted to be the hero? Yep. Okay. So, Tabitha, it's a. Would we say The Secret Life of Pets is a kids movie? We went to see it as a family anyway. So, yeah. People, if we finish today, we will not be back till Tuesday when we are back with doing like some serious cake stuff. Okay? But you should keep an eye out. You've seen all 4. Wow. I think I've seen The Secret Life of Pets. I've seen both. I think the first and second. Are there 4 parts to that movie? Why did I not know that? God, my brain is literally struggling to even recall. But I love that movie though. I like The Secret Life of Pets. And I also like what was that movie's name? The one that the animals wanted to do the theater. I sound so old. The movie where the animals were going to do the theater and the theater collapsed. Matthew McConaughey was the main lead character. Like the, what was his character? A little, people help me out. Litroffs, help me out. Sing. Yeah. Sing. Sing is, I love The Secret Life of Pets and Sing. I love Sing. Yeah. But you know what? If I sit here, yes, Sing. I love Sing. Oh God. That movie makes me like laugh out loud and cry my eyes out. Okay. The first of all, why are we even talking about movies over here? Right. I tell you something. When I watch Sing, I tell you, the character development of the animation. You know the sheep. For those of you who have seen Sing, you know the sheep that was friends with the, what was the hero in that film? What was the character's, the animal? It has a name. It looks like a bunny. It's not a bunny. it's is it Twitch? And look at me, like this conversation is a mess. Okay, I'm trying to remember stuff. Right. So Lollipop, hold my hand. What animal is the character, the hero character? What animal is that? I know the character, the animal. No, it's not a hare. It has a name. Okay, let's see. I'll tell you in a minute. A koala. A koala. A koala. Yeah. In Sing, right? If you've seen Sing, the main character is a koala, and an ambitious koala for that matter. And this koala has a friend. Remember the rich friend? That is the sheep. I don't know his name. The sheep, the loyal friend. When I watch that movie, I cannot get over myself. Like, who developed that sheep and its character and the costume? That he has to wear sliders with socks and a colorful pair of pants. Like which creative individual sat there and thought, let's sketch a sheep that looks so colorful? That's the thing I love about Sing. And I like, is it Nana Noodleman? Shit. Oh God. Look, Lollipop, you should go back and watch Sing with your daughter. You will see what I mean. Nana Noodleman, the way she talks with her aristocratic English accent and is so dismissive. The whole thing just makes me laugh. I love Sing. So, yeah, Moon. Basta Moon. People, let's end on that note. We are not a movie review channel, okay? We are a cake making channel. We just love Sing and we love The Secret Life of Pets. But if you haven't seen any of those movies, go catch them and I will be back. Look, my hair itches and I'm tired. And yeah, always great catching up with you. Thank you for indulging me today for the fun of cake news. Encouraging you to have a sit down whilst like engaging with you on the subject of cakes. We'll be back on Tuesday doing some more serious baking, but more serious baking or decorating, whatever it is. You'll catch me on the weekend where we'll have some still long form content for you. Have a good one and I'll see you soon. Lollipop and Tabitha, thank you for your time engaging with the audience. Have a good one, people. Bye-bye. Lil Trough. Peace.